I'm becoming a rock star on YouTube. No, nobody looks at my videos. I wish I could sell them. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm recording. So this should come up. And tell you how goofy my thing is. Yesterday I took off to go to the dentist. I got to the dentist at 1 o'clock and they go, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "Well, I have an appointment at 1 o'clock." They said, "Well, we're closed on Wednesday. You're supposed to be here on Thursday." So,
Oh man.
the days are just running together. I am telling you, I don't know if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. And I need to get a big whiteboard in here or something with my schedule on it. Because not only do I do you guys and the other 5 classes I have, and that's why you haven't gotten grades this week yet, because I've been grading. But as I'm on the fire department here in West Peoria, and so I got meetings there, and then church meetings and other stuff, and then I'm the president of the Fuller Center. You probably don't even know what that is, but we help veterans in the Tri-County area stay in their homes. So I have meetings for that, and so that's, and then I'm just personal stuff that I forget about, and then people say, "How come you didn't show up for that?" And I say, "Well, because I forgot." Anyway, enough of my woes.
You
But
sound busy.
it's busy. Yeah. And then trying to figure out where I can go and where I can't go. And did I remember a mask? And jeez. All right. So I'm going to start a new project here and do it next. And let me money converter, something like that. Beyond, I've never written this program actually. I've graded it a lot. So again, I'll just tell you some things I run into on this. I'm still getting some people, I'm not saying anybody that I'm talking to right now, that don't put this in, and that costs you if you don't have these, everything here. And today's date. The funny thing on the dentist thing, I had it written on a calendar on 9/3, but I went on 9/2 anyway. And the purpose is a program to convert US dollars I think I'll do this. Let's see. So we'll input a conversion rate. Choose between dollars to foreign or foreign to dollars. And then input the amount to be converted. So that's the basic program spelled out there for you. And ours is a little bit, again, to make it more realistic. I do not want to put, again, if I just put in a constant for, let's say I want to change to yen or whatever, then the problem with that is that if I put that in as a constant, then it's not any good because the currency exchange rates change on a daily, if not hourly basis. So if I put a constant in, that's not good. So then in our program, we should put in what the conversion rate is for the type of currency that we wish to convert. And then I'm going to clean this thing up again. And like I said, I just don't want Java docs right now. I'm going to indent this a little more so it's actually looks indented. And I'll clean this up a little bit. And again, if you have questions while I'm doing this, you should always ask them because there's somebody else here that's thinking the same thing. Why is he doing this? And I can tell right here, it says the usual user will input. So I need what? Import. And it's going to kick me again. I hate when it does this. And I don't know why it does this on mine. See, it does that. Then it puts in that. Almost every time I do it. Okay, so there's our basic layout of the default, kind of a shell or whatever you want to call it. So the first thing I'll do here is create my scanner so I can get stuff. So again, up at top there, that's just like a blueprint. Now I actually have to build it, and it's scanner. And I think today I'll just call it con in. Again, I make these things up. It doesn't matter. I mean, it should be meaningful. Con in just means console in. And I'll just say new scanner. And I'm going to get it from the system. And it's an in. Again, my keyboard is where I'm going to get the data from. All right. So I need some variables. So what about the exchange rate? What data type will that be?
Double.
Double.
Why is that?
So you can use the decimal places.
There you go. I can't do that. Let's just leave it like that for now. It may come back and ask us to give that a value later on. And then double amount, maybe. And then, so that's the amount that's going to go in. And then double
What is that beep noise?
It's not me. I don't know who it is. Okay. Either that or my computer's going to explode in any minute. So I think that's right there. And then I'm going to go out here and what do we want to exchange? So I'm going to open this up real quick here and get a how about okay, so $1 is 0.84 euros right now. Okay. So I just need to keep that in the back of my mind. I'll put a banner up here maybe. So that when my program starts, there's something there, not just, again, you got to realize the people looking at this aren't going to know what the code is for unless I tell them on the screen. Something like that. Do. Just copy and paste that. There we go. And then I can do there's that. And then we can do and let's see if that'll print out. So that seems to work. I'll give you a second to catch up if you're typing along with me. So again, trying to make it user-friendly all the time, thinking of things I can do, like that banner. You know, again, what does it cost me to put that in? Okay. Doesn't cost, a couple lines of code, and it makes my program look more professional. So again, these are just trying to get you ready for what's coming in the future. So again, I got my inputs here. Okay, so I'm looking at my inputs. So input that. Now, the next thing it tells me to do is this. So I'm going to say system dot out print line or print. Choose 0 to convert dollars to euro. One to from euros to dollars or something like that. And again, coming up in your near future, we'll make it so if they type in something other than what we got going here, it won't crash. Let's put it that way. Okay. You could right now bring these in as strings and that. And if you could check them if they're not digits or something to that effect. So you could get pretty complicated even now. But if I do that with you, then you're going to learn it. But there's a much easier way to do it once we start doing loops. Okay. So I don't want to waste your time teaching you something that you're probably not going to use later on, because we're going to fix it by using a loop that just keeps beating them up until they put in a value. What I just did there is I removed that test. Okay. But we can do some simple things like here. So this one will be, I didn't even do this one here. I'll make it int choice. So I got choice here will be equal to, or is assigned. I always say equal to, but you know that a single one is assigned. Oh, my dogs are trying to eat the cleaning lady. Great. Okay. If choice is less than 0, yeah, or choice is greater than 1, and we're just going to go ahead do this. Now, again, later on, we won't kick them out of the program. And let's see if that'll work. I don't even remember what it is because I never use it. No, it ain't gonna work. What is it? Is it system exit? There it is. Make it that. It doesn't like that either. Maybe we just put nothing in there. No, doesn't like that. Huh. Why is it doing that? Well, it's not yelling at me. Let's see if this will work. Okay, so if I put 1, oops. Why did it do that? That's crazy. 1. And I'll put a 5 in there. Okay. Now if I put it in, if I run it, oops, I typed in my code instead of typing in the, so there's something typed here bad right there. Run it again. 1 here. And if I type a 0, it ends right. Okay. Okay, so here's my tail on this. I don't really want you to, in the future, to use this exit 0 for the most part, but you can do it. Just, it's something. Okay. So in other words, if they don't choose a 0 or a 1, the program's going to stop because it shouldn't keep going. Or what I could have done here is I could have put the whole rest of the program in an else statement, if you understand. I could nest everything else I'm going to do in an else statement, and then I wouldn't use this here. But this way, what I got right now, I don't have to nest all the rest of it. Again, and you should be familiar with that term nest, okay? And this input should be, I don't know how it got there, because it should be up here. Okay. And again, I'm trying to be systematic in my head or on a piece of paper. I should have planned this all out. What do I need? What do I need to do to get this to work? Okay. And I need, I'd have all my inputs and my outputs all planned out on a piece of paper. And I'm telling you, for the little bit of time it takes you to do that, it's worth the time, especially when your programs get more complicated. Okay, so now I've got, if it's not 0 or 1, okay, but then I need else if choice is equal to 0, right? So if choice is equal to 0, that means I'm converting dollars into euros. So my prompt here, what did I do? Oh, see, like everybody else, I forgot to put 2 equal signs right there. So if the choice is equal to 0, then I need a prompt that says enter the number of US dollars to convert. And then I'll have my not choice. What will it be? It'll be amount. I think I put up there amount is equal to my con in next double. So that'll get that. Then here, else. Well, the only thing left. What's the only thing left? I've gotten rid of
Euros?
the
Euros?
yeah, euros. So I don't have to put in if choice is equal to 1 because that's all that's left. Because I've already dealt with anything that's less than 0, anything that's more than 1. I've dealt with 0. So now all I have left is else.
Could we make them type in a string? Or can we only do numbers right now?
For what do you want? For what?
For getting the answer?
Okay. If you want to do if you want to bring in a string to get a number, I don't have a problem with that. Okay. And then convert it into a, well, we haven't done that yet, have we? I think that's the next chapter. So no, don't do that.
So we can't ask them, we have to ask them to like put in a 0 or a 1 if they're going to choose to convert.
If you want to do that, now you tell me, what do you want them to put in?
I was thinking that you could ask them to type in all caps the string for what they were going to convert, 0. I was going to have the if statement be their choice has to equal has to equal all caps 0.
Okay.
But
which one do you
would that
think
work?
is, it will work. Okay. First of all, it wouldn't be equal. You have to type the word equals. So it would be
Like the
choice
double?
dot equals, and then in parentheses, whatever they type in. But you tell me which one is more likely to create an error in your program. Them typing 4 letters or 4 characters, or them typing 1 character.
That's true.
Okay, the other thing is, here's what you could do, which would be similar here. I got a string. Hang on a second. Something's dog hair or something hanging off my mic. What you could do, let's take a look at what I'm thinking here. Choose, okay. What you could do, and this is pretty user friendly here. Let me do, take this out for a second. I think this would solve your problem more so. But again, I think I'm introducing something that's in the next chapter. I'm going to hold off. I'll show you what it is, but use the one I got up here for now. Okay.
Okay.
I could do system.out.print or print this. Choose D $4. All right. So they could type a D or an E. And then how you would handle that is then whatever you declare, it would be a char. Char choose would be equal to con in dot next dot to upper case char at 0. Okay, and I'll just explain this to you real quick. So what happens in this case, they can type anything they want in here. Okay, because it's a next, that means that they're looking for a string. Then what it does is it converts it to an uppercase letter, no matter, they could type in dog or anything that starts with the letter D. It could be upper or lowercase. It's going to convert it to uppercase, and then it's just going to pick off the first letter. So even if they type my name in, Doug, what's going to be saved in here is the letter D in uppercase. Likewise for E, they could type in elephant if they wanted to, and it would save a capital letter E. Okay. So this is a good scenario, and it's something you're going to learn later on, especially when we do loops where at the end of your program, it's going to say, do you want to continue, yes or no? And they only have to enter a Y or an N. You don't want to have them typing yes and stuff like that. Again, user friendliness. One keystroke is a lot less likely to create a problem than multiple keystrokes. All right. And we'll learn how to do this in the next chapter.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Because I use it a lot. Okay. So you're definitely going to learn it. Come on. I should have just. All right. So I hope that answers that. Not trying to confuse you or anything, but it's a good question that he asked. Again, my problem with typing in euros or dollars or whatever is they have to type it in versus hitting 0 or 1. Okay. So then we get this is this. So that leaves us with this. And then okay, dollars. If that, it doesn't work. If that, we get 0, or we get the amount of dollars, and then down here. And then in here also, so this would mean that euro or what is it, amount, exchange amount. So in this one, exchange amount would be equal to, if I put in dollars, it would be what? It'd be 0.84, or no, it's be exchange. No, it'd be amount divided by exchange rate. Is that what I had? Exchange rate. Well, you have to be able to spell though. I thought I. Exchanged amount. There we go. And then I can go here. And we know what it is. It's dollars is equal to uh, and again, make sure you have spaces in there. You know, when you print this out, make sure, see, I need a space right there, or my amount would have been slammed up against the D there. You got spaces there on each side of the equal sign and a space in front of euros. So that should be, what do I got here? System dot out print line parentheses plus dollars plus. What do I got wrong there? I hate when I do this and I can't think what's wrong. Oh, missing a plus sign right there. See, now one of you guys should have said, Doug, you're missing a plus sign right there. Okay. And I'm just going to copy that. And I'm going to come down here. Control V it in. And this one should be won't it be the amount times the exchange rate on this one? I'm not sure. So if I put in 0.84 times 10, that'll be right. Okay. So euros. So let's see. 100 euros times the exchange rate of 0.84 would be $8.40. So that should be right. So then I switch this and this to dollars. I can do this too. Put that up here too. Okay, let's see if this bad boy does anything. So enter the conversion rate. It was 0.84. And let's do dollars first. So I'm going to hit 0. And in amount of US dollars, I'll put in 10. And so $10 is worth about 11.9 euros. And that's right, I believe. Let's check it. So if we go back over here and put 10 in here, wait a minute, $10. That ain't right. Dollars to euros. Oh, it's the other way around. Euros are worth more than $1. Is that right? Yes. Don't be silly. Okay, so I got it backwards here, I think. So this should be, this one's the multiplication. Cheryl? Hang on, you guys. I got to go check. I think my dog's going to eat the lady. Oh. Oh, did you just say doggies under asleep? No, I think they're inside. Yeah, I can go get Cheryl. Well, she's out here. So, live in. Sorry about that. My dogs are friendly, except when people come in my yard, and she was coming in the yard. So, everybody still here?
Yeah.
So now I got this one is the multiply, so this one should be the divide, I believe. All right. So now, if we make this a 10 for testing purposes and a 0, and then make this $10. Oh, I put in $10 as a, hang on, I was making it a 10, so that would be right. 0.84. And then 0 and $10 should be $8.40. That are $8.4 euros. And that's correct, I think. Yeah. Okay. Not bad. So then when I run it, it should just be the opposite the other way. So 0.84, not that I care what the rate is really, 1. And so enter the number of euros. If I say 10, that's right, 11.9. Okay. So there's that. And then we just need to clean up the end. Something maybe like a, so it's again here, look at this again, and I can't stress this enough because I see people not doing this. I'm just cleaning this up. I'm getting rid of all this space in here. Not necessarily all of it because I like line feeds in between my code, but first of all, look what happens when I highlight this. Oops, let me do this one. See how that pops up there? It tells me where the other, the opening is. Like this one, I know it's for my main. Okay. This one right here, I can see it right there. See this one right there. So I don't get all confused on which ones I'm opening. Somebody contacted me the other day, their program wouldn't run. Well, it's because they didn't have their braces in the right spots. Okay. So if these all line up like this and it's nicely indented, you won't have the problems you'll have as these get bigger and bigger and bigger of, are you inside something or are you outside of this one? Because once I get to here or here, I don't want to be inside that anymore. I'm going to go outside of it into my main. So now I know I'm out in the main, because if I click on this one, I can see that the main pops up. So I'm going to indent, and then it'll be system out, print line. And then I think I want a line feed in there. So I could either just leave it like this and I get a line feed. I mean, if I do that, I get a line feed, okay? Just a plain blank line feed. And then I could go below it and put what I want to put in, one line down. Or I could just do this, which again is going to be covered in the next chapter, but you can use this because it's not a big deal. /n means a new line. And then, since it's a print line already, so I'm going to get 2 line feeds before my text shows up. And so I'll just put and I think that's good. And then maybe down here for programmer friendliness, I'll just do this. Clean it up a little like that. Oops. Press the wrong one. Save it. Run it again just to make sure. And again, 0.84. 0 and $1, 0.84 euros. And I know that's true, or I'm assuming that Google knows what's going on. And it looks like a nice little program then. And it looks pretty neat. I do have an extra space here for some reason. Or I could just add one here, one down here, so that they line up real nice. So any questions about this? Again, the indentation is the big thing. I got my if here, else if here, and then else here. Now, my question to you guys is, could I do this with a switch?
Yeah, you just have to make a case for each number, right?
Yeah. And you know what? And if I got down to the default, so I could say case is equal to choice, okay? Switch choice. So I could do something like this. Where do I want to put it? Let's see here. I'll just do this real quick. So I could do switch choice. Case 1. All right. And then I could do, oh, let's make that case 0. All right. So case 0 is this one. should be out here. This should be indented. That's good right there, I think. Then I come down here, and this one would be case. Oops, what'd I forget?
A break.
Yep. There's that one. And in reality, maybe this would be the way to go on this one. If you thought it out. I mean, it's easy to do now because I've already created all this stuff. Goes there. And then down here, we type in default. And
Do you need a break in case one as well?
yes, you do. All right. Da, 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 da. So then if I remove all this, and leave this, let's see if it still works. Okay, so I want to convert it was 0.84. We'll go with the 0 and $10. And that's right, right? So I'm going to assume here that 0.84 and 1 and 10 euros is $11, almost $12. So that works. And then if I get up here and I put in 0.84 and I put here, I put a 2, program stops. So it's an alternative way to do exactly what we did up here using if else's or else ifs nested. We can use the case structure. This is again, this is also called generically, this is called the case structure versus an if or an else if structure. So in this one, it would be a matter of preference. Which one do you think is cleaner? I don't know. Or does it matter?
They're about the same.
Yeah, I think they're about the same. So in this case, especially, I think it'd be a matter of preference, really, on which way you went. But you should know how to do both. I mean, hopefully down the road, you should make sure that in the long run that you know both of these. Okay? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. Any questions? Anything you need from me besides more time in the day, in the week? I mean, in reality, how's things going? Are you guys okay with this format or any suggestions or nothing? Everybody fell asleep?
It's going good for me so far. I did have a question about the rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, go ahead.
So basically, the point of the program is we'll set the computer, like program to do a random for itself, and then we'll have
Yeah,
the user
so you're
put
going to have,
input to
you're going
match
to
up
have it,
against it.
right. So you're going to have it, the computer will generate a digit, 0 through 2. So you're random, you're going to set to 3. And so you'll have, I call it, the book has it as, I don't know why they did that, paper, rock, scissors, or something like that. It's rock, paper, scissors, okay? So in my case, let's say I set rock to 0, 1 to paper, and then 2 to scissors, right? So then the user, you're going to have the user probably, I would have them put in, you can either have them put in, I would have them put in, well, a number, you could have them put in an R, a P, or an S, rock, paper, scissors. And then you're going to compare them. And of course, if the computer picks rock and the person picks rock, it's a tie. What I don't want to see is you can't have you pick 0 and the user picks 0. Okay? Because that's not the name. The game isn't 0, 1, 2. It's rock, paper, scissors. So once they put in the 0, you have to convert that into the word rock. Okay? For your output. Likewise, again, if they pick paper, or if the computer picks paper and the user picks rock, the computer wins because paper covers rock. So you have several different combinations there that you have to cover, okay, when you're playing the game. But the input will be from the user. Okay. So what is that? I kind of went off on a
Yeah, that's fine.
tangent
That's
there.
exactly what I was wondering.
Yeah, kind of went off on a tangent. Yeah, so and you can call it Rochambeau, or you can call it rock, paper, scissors, whichever one you want to call it. Again, user friendly. Try and make it user friendly. It's a game, right? There was something else I was going to say about that, though. 0, 1, 2, generate the numbers, assign the numbers accordingly. Yeah. Plan it out, before you start it. Make sure it works, Go ahead.
You said we could use letters for the
You
salute.
can. You
Okay,
can
so we
use
can use
letters.
the thing you were talking about today with char.
I prefer, again, if your program crashes because they put in something more than the letter at this point, I don't care. Don't use char yet. It's in the next, unless it's been in the book, but I don't think so. I think in the next lesson, it's strings and mathematical functions. So we'll just put in, if you want to use that, you can enter an R, enter a P, enter an S. But you're still going to have to generate, because the computer is going to generate a random number. It isn't going to generate an R, P, or S. So if it enters a 0, you're going to have to convert that to an R, a P, or an S. So that might be, it's no harder than what we're going to do. If you get numbers, you're going to have to convert it to a word, rock, paper, scissors, at least at the end when you go to print it out. Yes, no?
No, yeah, that was good.
Okay. You can wait. Your output has to be correct, right? You never have to convert the numbers, really. In reality, you can put them in your if statement, and as long as it prints out, like in other words, you can say if the computer picks 0 and the user picked 0, then print out this statement. You picked rock and user picked rock, it's a tie. Then you'd have, okay, if the computer picked 0 and the user picked 1, then let's see, rock, paper. The user wins because paper covers rock. And then you can have, if the computer picks 0 and the user picked 2, then print out that the computer wins because rock crushes scissors or something like that. So you're going to have 9 comparisons, right? I believe. Because rock can be, the computer can pick rock. And so it would be rock, 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 paper, rock, scissors. The computer can pick paper. So you would have paper, paper. Then you'd could have paper, rock. Or would that have already been covered? I don't know. Let's see. Rock, paper. No. Yeah. So the rock can be paper. The rock can be, I'm sorry. The computer can be rock the first 3, paper the second 3, and scissors the last 3. So you'll need comparisons so that the printouts match those. Again, if you know what I'm saying. All right, let's stop this recording.